Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy. Have you been to the Ibrox?
I have, yeah. I was there for the Dortmund game. I was in the
Oh,
Dortmund game. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
Would
it
say
was
that's one of the
unbelievable.
best stadiums you've been to.
Honestly, like I've been all around the world, right? And Celtic and Rangers are the best fans I've seen. Like they're just ridiculous.
That was going to be a question. What in terms of the fact that you've been to so many quote unquote away days, who are the best home fans that you've?
Well, the thing is, right? Like you go to Europe and the atmosphere is great, and they let off a lot of pyro. But like when they score a goal, like there's not like limbs. There's like a roar.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas in Scotland, you still have that atmosphere. You have the pyro, and the limbs are like, I hate the word limbs, but it's like in England, right? They throw themselves everywhere, and I think Celtic and Rangers are just.
Who's third? If they're top two.
Porto are really good. We've got an affinity with them as well, so they're really good. I went to Dortmund. I went to the game there, but the ultras weren't in, so I don't really know.
Well, actually, they've only the yellow wall was the first time it's been fully filled, like a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, game went well as well, didn't it? They lost like 4 or 5-1.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Obviously, the Old Firm was at the weekend.
It was.
But that's not really.
You're just
an Old Firm.
only a week removed.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, like they graced the same pitch that you'd graced.
Yeah. Well, they graced the same pitch that I was on. Yeah.
So we just
You said the same thing as me.
Oh, right. But what do you mean it's not?
Well, because there was only 700 Celtic fans, whereas like you want the Old Firm to be.
Oh yeah.
And like I think vloggers get a lot of stick, right, for like and like I'll never take tickets that a fan can't get. Like I'll only ever go to games that are on general sale. Yeah. But like I know there was a few vloggers there and stuff, and like for me, like everyone wants to go to an Old Firm because of the atmosphere, but you can't go to an Old Firm because the atmosphere is because it's Celtic and Rangers fans, right?
Yeah.
So like I'd love to do an Old Firm, but I never will.
Yeah.
Is it true that it's always at 12 because of like drinking?
Oh yeah, like I can imagine it's absolute chaos.
Like they never have they've never had a 3 o'clock.
Well, I was talking to them about it. I was like, what is the actual like atmosphere before an Old Firm game? Like, is there any respect? Like, is it quite, you know,
it's aggressive, I'd imagine.
Civil. They were like, mate.
It's because it's beyond football.
Yeah,
it's
they were like,
religion
mate, like it's bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But I would very much like to. I would like to experience and go to one, but I don't want to piss off.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to. Well, I mean, now
I'm fully trained.
You're part of
in
the squad next season.
Well, yeah, I've got I bought.
Do it later.
I'll do it later. Yeah, I'll do it later.
Yeah, just unbelievable that you went there. But yeah, Celtic and Rangers, they're just, and I can imagine when they clash. But they're like in England, we have rivalries, right? Yeah. Like, but you'll be friends, and like with Tottenham fans as an Arsenal fan, I don't know if they really mingle up there.
Yeah,
like,
I really don't think it is.
Hate each other. Whereas like I think because in England, maybe it's because people support teams from all around the country, so they don't really get the rivalries.
Yeah.
Whereas in Scotland, you support Celtic or you support Rangers. Yeah. Some Aberdeen or Hearts or whatever. But even the Hearts and Hibs derby is mental.
Yeah.
But like they love it and they hate. I can imagine it's ridiculous.
What about England then? If
I won't say Leeds because that's bias.
kind of up there though.
Yeah, but it depends on what game you see as well though, because everyone says Newcastle, but I went there and saw a 0-0 against Norwich, so it was like dead.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you get a game, like I went to Oxford away at Charlton, right, and it was unbelievable, like because they won 3-2 in the last minute. So like, it really does depend.
Merseyside derby.
Yeah, never done it before. I've done Anfield once, and I thought it was the worst. It was the most overrated atmosphere I've had.
Really? A lot of people say they you know, jump and cheer for You'll Never Walk Alone, and then you get like 85 minutes of quiet until they win. So.
Yeah, that was basically it. But like, I can't comment because
I'm not digging out Liverpool for that. That's just
and we can't really talk because like I'm not being funny. I went to North London derby a few years ago at the Emirates, and it was a library.
Yeah. What did you lose?
It was like no, I think we won.
The thing is,
really, and it was still a library.
Yeah, like during the whole game, it was just dead.
That's what I was going to say. I rate the clubs that, regardless of what is happening in the game, give it everything as fans. Yeah. Whereas a lot of like the big Premier League teams now, it's like it's a great atmosphere if you're winning.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Newcastle fans were great yesterday at Spurs. I was at that game and they were 5-1 down and they were like all still topless. Yeah. Chanting about Bruno Guimaraes, like loving it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like such a stereotype, but like there were some big lads topless having a great
big Newcastle
time.
badge on their stomach.
The tattoos.
Yeah.
I always stood there in like 4 layers, like this is so cold. What are you doing?
Newcastle summer that, don't it?
Yeah, literally. What would you say your best game you've been to? Not necessarily obviously the crowd, but like the most exciting game you've ever witnessed.
It's maybe recency bias, but England-Germany. Oh my god.
Oh,
unbelievable. That topped England-Denmark for me. I think because England-Denmark...
You say this, don't you?
Yeah, because we went into the other games expecting to win, but against Germany we were expecting to lose.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And like Wembley felt like it was vibrating and like bouncing.
Yeah, it was
only half full.
I've never experienced anything like that ever.
No, were you guys at the final?
I went to every game.
Semi.
Yeah.
I was just at the semi.
Yeah. Well, every knockout game, sorry.
But yeah, they like before do you remember like extra time had ended in the penalty and the whole stadium just started singing Sterling's on fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys not know like how massive this is? And you're just all jumping up and down. It's class. And then obviously it wasn't. Yeah. But did you actually the worst experience I've ever had was actually Wembley Way before the final. Like I took my girlfriend and she comes to football with me everywhere.
It was hard.
But that's partly the reason why England has the UK has like a red X next to it for trying to host future competitions, right? Because of how bad
it was bad
event was itself.
And did you hear the commentator go, "Your Euro 2020 winners, Italy," and like the fireworks went off as I'm stood outside Wembley looking up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people moaned at like the stewards and everything for that, but you can't control the people that were trying to. They were just Wembley Way was horrible. There was a woman she lived, I think, in one of the flats near Wembley.
Yeah.
She was wheeling her child through in a pushchair, and people were like trying to hit her with glass bottles.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I was like, these people aren't football fans.
No,
they aren't England fans. They don't represent England.
No, 100%.
But what's going to happen now? That's going to be thrown our way. And I thought that was really sad because the whole tournament was great. It was just ruined by a few people in the final. But yeah, it's what it is.